Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as temperatures fall and more people need an escape from the cold, an emergency shelter in Pike County is in need of donations. And while many people wait till after Thanksgiving to start celebrating the Christmas season, the city of Corbin has gotten a head start on the festivities. Plus, we look at one business owner who has donated thousands of turkeys to first responders through the years as a way to show his thanks each Thanksgiving.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 5:30 on November 18th. I'm Madison Program, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. So here we are. It's a Monday, but let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, it was pretty this weekend, but you're saying it's going to start maybe falling off a little bit.
I tell you, it's Monday. It's always Monday, you know, when all the mess starts, and the mamas and the papas were right. And I know, Madison, you're too young for that song, but Monday, you can't trust that day. And today, we are seeing some precipitation out there, and it could be a little bit of frozen precipitation in some areas, at least trying to mix a little bit. We're taking a close look at that down toward Monticello and out toward Somerset. So if you are seeing that, let me know on social media, because we're seeing some heavy rain just west of that, back out toward Columbia, over there into parts of Adair County, over toward Metcalfe County, which is out of our area. But again, just kind of keep that in mind. Temperatures this morning, we are seeing 32 in Somerset, 31 in Monticello, and 33 in London. So that's very close to the mixing layer there. So we're going to continue to watch that. But 40s in those eastern counties from Jackson back through Prestonsburg. The warmest spot in the region right now, Pikeville, at 44. Your app forecast, it's handy to track rain when you see that. And we're going to continue to see the mostly cloudy skies for the most part. But you see that 20% over there. So scattered chances for rain possible as we approach 50 degrees later today. I'll have the rest of that forecast to talk about what's coming in the next several days here in just a little bit. Madison?
Thank you, Brandon. Well, the WestCare Emergency Shelter in Pike County is in need of donations. During the cold months, officials see an increase of foot traffic through the building. And of course, more clients means their donation pile is dwindling. Case manager Natasha Newsom says many walk to work, and that alone can be really hard as temperatures drop.
So when I'm telling you that they need cold weather stuff, it's because they are walking miles to work and from, even late at night.
Usually the maximum capacity is around 30 beds, but they increased it to 45 to make room for more clients. And the shelter is in need of items like coats, socks, shoes, and gloves. We have information on how to donate to the shelter on our website at WYMT.com. And Christmas is a little more than 1 month away, and while many people wait till after Thanksgiving to start celebrating, the city of Corbin has gotten a head start on the festivities. WYMT's Lauren McCourt went to the Christmas open house and has more on why this event is so important to the small town.
Christmas plays a big role in many young kids' lives, but it also plays a huge role in local small businesses.
People come down for this, and they're going to stop in the stores as well.
So to kill two birds with one stone, the city of Corbin hosts a Christmas open house to showcase what their town has to offer.
You know, I think a lot of people, they're looking for something special. They want to get something unique. They don't really want to go to the big box store, and we're giving them that opportunity.
Bringing life back to the downtown area.
I always heard about the good old days and always wanted to come back to that, so it's nice to be able to have a part in helping to bring back things like that and kind of make downtown a center for community again.
As kids are able to get their picture made with Santa, parents are able to do a little shopping.
This is just that old-fashioned chance to shop Main Street and feel like you're part of a community and feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself, which I think is that whole thing behind the Christmas season that we're all searching for anyway.
To many, this day may just mean Christmas festivities have begun.
But it also gives me hope for a brighter future for the city.
But for some, it shows promise in the growth of this small community. In Corbin, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Corbin's tourism director says she believes this was the biggest open house they have ever had. And hundreds of packages now wrapped and ready to ship to 158 children across the United States. The Soldiers Child Foundation wrapped up the gifts they purchased this past Friday for children who have lost one of their parents while they served our country. Those gifts not for Christmas, but for their December birthday. Each of those boxes had around 5 to 7 presents inside.
And I know we are changing their lives for the better. Because what is it saying? All of this work here is communicating back to the children every year up to age 18 on their birthday, saying, it did matter. We do care. We're going to support you and come alongside you through this struggle in losing a military mom or dad.
A Soldiers Child Foundation has been doing this for the past 10 years and has no plans of stopping. And for the first time, workers from the city of Corbin and Parks and Recreation unveiled an ice rink for Sunday's open house. As you can see, many people who came out took advantage of the icy track. The rink was free to use, and workers from the city say they are glad they were able to bring the attraction to Corbin for the first time.
It's for the kids. Kids bring families out. Everybody get together. It's the holidays coming, that sort of thing. I mean, it's a big thing. You can tell it's a big event. Everybody's loving it, especially the kids.
Hopefully you went out to enjoy the skating rink, because yesterday it was taken down after the day's festivities came to a close. And Thanksgiving is often a time for reflection and celebration across the country. WLKY's Carrie Grace has the story on one business owner who really puts the give in Thanksgiving.
For Jeff Ruby, this is more than a Thanksgiving tradition, but his way of saying thank you to first responders.
Since 2015, Jeff Ruby's has given away 3,000 turkeys to first responders in Louisville, Nashville, Cincinnati, Columbus, and Lexington, all cities where he has famed restaurants.
I've always felt, personally, if you make enough money to live comfortably and have discretionary income and you're doing all right for yourself, you ought to give it back to the people that gave it to you in the first place.
While the turkeys are usually distributed to first responders to be cooked at home with their families, this year, Louisville Fire Battalion Chief Bobby Cooper says they decided to take the turkeys to each station so the firefighters working the holiday won't have to buy their own.
And so on Thanksgiving Day and Thanksgiving weekend, our crews won't have to pool their money together themselves to go to the store and buy the turkey. Mr. Ruby is taking care of that for them.
Ruby says it's his honor and privilege to make these deliveries himself.
We're a faith-based company, and we believe in helping the communities that we do business in.
The Jeff Ruby's tour bus has already stopped in several cities, but next up is Lexington and then Nashville. In downtown Louisville, Carrie Grace, WLKY News.
West Virginia University raised more than $11 million on its third annual Day of Giving. That is about $5 million more than last year. Mary Osen, CTO, is Director of Annual Giving for the West Virginia University Foundation. She told the paper the school also exceeded last year's efforts in total number of donations by more than 1,000. United Bank gave $1 million to support the construction of the new WVU Medicine Children's Hospital. And it seems like it popped up overnight. We are talking about hemp, or more specifically CBD. At Saturday's Kentucky Hemp CBD Symposium and Expo in Louisville, Kentuckians were able to learn anything they wanted to know about hemp and CBD. That included how people use it for health-related issues and how it quickly became a cash crop for Kentucky. The symposium and expo hosted by Kentucky Natural Healing. And a Facebook post from the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden reports that their male giraffe, Kimba, died yesterday. Zoo staff had been monitoring the giraffe barn as the zoo's female giraffe, Cece, nears the end of her pregnancy. They called vets when they saw Kimba fall to the ground a little after 1 a.m. Kimba had recently had a procedure last week to fix his hooves, but zoo officials say there were complications afterwards. Kimba, 12, was the father of 6 calves, with a 7th on the way. And 2 women are in jail, and 1 guinea pig is still missing after a theft from a Danville pet store. 19-year-old Jamie Pack and 21-year-old Isabel Mason face charges of robbery, animal cruelty, and shoplifting. The details are bizarre. Shelby Lofton was with the injured owner and employee last night when they were reunited with what police thought was the missing guinea pig. But as she shows us, the search is still on.
Pet Paradise only sells domesticated animals, but store owner Scott Gagne says the aftermath of this incident has been wild.
Animal cruelty is serious.
Hamster wheels line the shelves, and Gagne's wheels are still turning following the incident. He says Jamie Pack and Isabel Mason were some of the last customers who came in on a busy Saturday.
Didn't look typically like the kind of girls that would be carrying an oversized purse, a very new-looking oversized purse, and so I was a little suspicious.
He says one immediately headed to the animal room, while the other asked him questions at the front counter.
Looked over the counter to see the other girl carrying the bag very low to the ground, almost to the floor.
Gagne says Mason ran to the car once she reached the door, with Pack following behind. His employee alerted him that the guinea pigs were gone.
Screaming at them, "Give me the guinea pigs, give me the guinea pigs." And the other little girl reached down, got one of them out of the bag, went to give it out to me, and the other girl pulled her back in the car and told her, "No, we're leaving." And that's when she cracked the window a little bit and just threw the guinea pig out the window onto the concrete.
Gagne says he rushed to pick up the animal when the driver
Clipped my legs, ran over my foot.
which he says is now swollen and bruised.
This is 4-month-old Lucky, who was thrown from the car yesterday. Employees of the pet store say he is expected to be okay. He has no injuries, but his biological brother is still missing.
Police just called and said that the mother of one of the two girls just went to their apartment to check, and indeed there's an extra guinea pig there, and we need to go identify him.
I was there for the reunion. It turns out this was not the right pig.
This one's very unhealthy.
Despite the signs, Gagne says shoplifting has become the norm in his store. He wants people to know how much care and attention pets, even as small as guinea pigs, need. In Boyle County, Shelby Lofton, WKYT.
Danville police say Mason and Pack deny hitting Gagne with their car, and store employees say guinea pigs do not fare well in the cold, so they are hoping to find the missing one soon. They are offering a reward to whoever finds them, and they hope they will be able to sell the brothers to a loving home for Christmas. And in Lee County, Virginia, state police say a man is behind bars after he is suspected of robbing a business at gunpoint. Police say this man, Mark Bates, robbed the business on Friday. Officials have not said which business was robbed that night. Bates is held at the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail in Duffield, Virginia. Bates is facing several charges, including trespassing, abduction by force, and robbery of a business with a firearm. And 2 people are behind bars accused of burglary. Laurel County deputies arrested these 2 men, Leonard Jones and Vernon Wilson, both from East Bernstadt. Deputies say the 2 men burglarized Hazel Patch Church, and surveillance footage led deputies to the suspects. Deputies say the 2 men caused more than $1,000 in damage to the church doors. Both men are in the Laurel County Correctional Center. And later on Mountain News this morning, Hulu is raising the price of its live TV service for the 2nd time this year.
The forecast features some ups and downs this week, both with conditions and temperatures. I'll track them out for you in about 3 minutes.